Ryan Little.
Japan.
We are about to start the evening's proceedings, so I'm going to ask you if you could all be seated and just put a pause button on some of those very interesting conversations. Alright, let's see, we still have some guests coming in. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Reynolds Scott, Chairman of the Trust Fund, Mr. Dave Myrie, Principal, Kingston College, Father Michael Brown. We have several presidents from the respective Kingston College Old Boys Associations across the world. Mr. Justice Batts. We also have in our midst the president of the Kingston College Old Boy Association, the local chapter, Mr. Richard Lindsay, along with his executive body. I'm making sure I'm not omitting any person of significant interest. So I scan once more.
Show him to me.
I would also like to recognize Mr. Wayne Robinson, who is the chairman and PR of the communication for the Centenary Planning. Other distinguished ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant evening. At this time, I'd like to welcome you all to the Kingston College Old Boys Association Gala Awards and Dinner. This is in fact our 98th anniversary celebration. Tonight, we will gather for fortress camaraderie, to share laughs that are in some instances 20, 30, or even 60 years old that never grow old. Tonight we gather to honor some individuals who embody the forty spirit of benevolence or a never-yielding commitment to their alma mater via their respective roles, be it as an educator or as a coach. The President has asked me to emphasize one key point, and that his goal and his mission is to ensure that all the respective chapters operate as one body for the greater good of the school and of the trust. It deserves a round of applause, yeah man? That is very important. Because although we never yield, we don't want to fall too often, eh? Yeah. So that is really the objective of that mission. On some housekeeping matters, I'm just going to ask that you put all your phones on silent, or some country people say trimble. Yeah? We're going to ask, no country is good people, I'm from the country. We ask that there is no rowdy schoolboy behavior. Yes, man. Because I'm giving up the attention to you. No rowdy schoolboy behavior.
The ladies are here.
Well. Once the presenter is at the microphone, please give him the respect and pay attention. When it comes to the meals, we'll have buffet style, serving for only the VIPs, don't feel bad. So persons like myself will be served buffet style. Other members of the head table and the awardees will also be served buffet style. The other persons, you will assist yourselves. The bar is an open bar all night, but bear in mind now that there are some top shelves beverages for the taste buds of the cultured rummets, wine connoisseurs, and the whiskey tetters. Alright? So you feel free to go in your wallet and swipe the credit card.
Be careful when you say beer in mind, it's beer.
Thank you for that one, Dr. Lawrence. A final note, I'm just going to remind you that we have First Global Bank, and the Infinity credit card needs your support. Every card that is taken out, a portion of your spending goes to a contribution to your alma mater. So sign up tonight before you go. At this time, I'm going to invite some reverence among our gathering. So I'm going to ask Father Michael Brown to come forth and bless the proceedings.
Scripture says how good and how pleasant it is when brethren dwell together in unity. Let us pray. God the Father, who spoke out of the white clouds in heaven, expressing your pleasure in your only begotten Son, help us, the sons of Kingston College, to continue to be living and true examples in whatever area we tread, and so help to make this world a better place. Holy Jesus, who wore the robe of purple as part of the journey for our salvation, remind us, the sons of Kingston College and our families, that the journey to making this world a better place has many struggles and challenges. May we all play our part in ensuring that while our noble school makes its pilgrimage through daily struggles, our association will do whatever it takes in its power to make the struggle of our said noble institution less burdensome. And that the young men who presently traverse the holy halls may never lose sight of the legacy laid by those who were their forerunners. May Michael, our chairman, and the board of governors, Dave, our principal, and the various staffs that he leads, our parents and guardians and all well-wishers continue to maintain the legacy laid by Bishop Gibson. Holy Spirit of God, who by your indwelling causes us to be brave in all our daily tasks and to display the forty spirit, continue to guide Richard and the association and the various chapters across the globe, that we may never wane in our support of our college, but with the true forty spirit continue to help to build our noble institution. As we share fellowship this evening, may we share our memories which will help to cement us together and continue to strengthen our bond as one and as a great force to be reckoned with, and which will always be the epitome of love and brotherhood this day and forever. Amen. And now we grace the meal. The eyes of all look to you, and you give them their food in due season. Heavenly Father, in our fellowship, we share eating and drinking. Bless, we pray, this food to our use, and us to your continued and gracious service. Help us to be mindful of and responsive to the needs of others, for Christ's sake. Amen.
Thanks. And one Wayne Lewis just came to me and said, although you said, good evening, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I think you should have made special mention of the ladies. So I'm going to step forward once more to say, ladies, a special good evening to you all. You're looking exceedingly smashing and beautiful. And we appreciate your company. I also got further guidance to say that among our mates we have Ambassador Stuart Stevenson, and that I also omitted to acknowledge our host, Mr. Kingsley Kcoba, who is of course the owner of Villa Renai, Pulse and Etal. And the head, you say, oh, you was head boy, please. I also need to make mention of that. Former head boy of Kingston College. Good. And is the head boy of Kingston College here tonight as well? Is he here? Yes. I acknowledge you, sir. Good night. Good. I don't want to buckle and tire punch on you. Good.
Still, but anyway. Father Michael Brown, Principal Dave Myrick, Chairman of the Board of Trustees Sir Renald Scott, and board members of the Trust, President of our Florida chapter, Dr. Wayne Fraser, President of our Tampa chapter, Mr. Winston Stewart, President of UK chapter, Mr. O'Neill Sams, board members of our New York chapter, board members of our local chapter, our honor awardees, viewers in Jamaica and the diaspora watching this live feed, all distinguished old boys present, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It is with great humility and honor that I welcome you tonight to the 2023 Kingston College Old Boys Association Gala Dinner. I wish to begin my message tonight on a note of gratitude. I must first give thanks to the Holy Spirit to allow all of us to be alive and in sound state of mind and in good enough health to be present in this moment. To Sir Kingsley Cooper, who bought into the energy of this executive very early and subsequently afforded us the opportunity tonight to be experiencing this exquisite ambience. To Select Brands, for coming on board to assist us in providing top shelf wines, spirits, beverages and services. To Pinnacle Insurance Brokers for sponsorship. To all our vendors, Lydia Thompson Catering, Mikey T, our music and sound provider, Casey Oldboy of course, Andrew Shepard, our live entertainment for the night. To all of you who have made the effort in being here tonight, a big thank you. Round of applause, please. Gratitude is a must. It is when we begin to start taking the simple things that are usually most important for granted, we begin to lose the script, become overly entitled, and miss the point of life and living. You know, I have a message ready and prepared, but I'm going to touch on a little topic before I dive into the message. And it's just a memory that comes back from being at the Fortis Pavilion dinner in 2018. The keynote speaker was Ian Wilkins, the KC. And he said something that I can never forget. It was so funny. And he was, I don't know who can remember that. Probably Perry. You can remember that? You can remember that presentation?
I remember it.
Right. So one of the things he was saying was that, boy, you know all of these KC old boys, and because them dress up tonight and everybody tight up and things, them start look and start walk nice. I don't ever remember that. But what he said is that we're a family. And as long as we're a family, we can talk as Fortis people. Correct?
Yep.
We are Fortis people, so we can talk as Fortis people. You know, leading up into tonight, there were challenges that would have probably stopped us from having the dinner. But I was adamant, very adamant, that the old boys dinner must be held. Nothing should stop the old boys dinner. Well, maybe COVID. But nothing should stop the old boys dinner. That's the spirit of KC. The world is bewildered by our Fortis spirit. People say we are a cult. I say we are cultured. We are cultured in winning. We are cultured in excellence. We are cultured in confidence. We are cultured that the brave may fall, but he must never yield. We are cultured in a goodness that is even great. Although we live it innately, the truth is even us within the Fortis nation are sometimes in wonderment of this Fortis spirit. We know that our beloved Bishop Gibson, who instilled it. But why? Why this indomitable spirit surfaced at this time when KC was conceptualized and initiated? Was there a context and was there a reason that motivated our founder to be moving in a purpose that required him to be brave and relentless in his bravery? I say yes. Those who are aware of the history of Kingston College knows that KC was founded as a school for the underprivileged black boy, who at the time was not afforded a high school education. Imagine the context of a 1925 Jamaica. This is less than 100 years after the abolishing of slavery in 1834. A very short interval in time spectrum. Within this period, our Jamaica population and social construct would have constituted the landowners at the top of the pile, which of course are the whites or very few mulattoes maybe, the Indians, the Syrians and Chinese, who all came as indentured workers, would follow. At the bottom of the pile would be second and third generation free slaves, which were the black people. Now, let me be honest and explicitly state, I have not done enough research to know exactly what motivated Bishop Gibson to start KC. I am confident though that there is someone here tonight who knows. But let me stop you in your tracks. He's giving out attention. And beg you please to wait until after the message to pull me in a corner and school me. Because me know on the KC boys stay. Without any question though, within the context of what Jamaica was like at the time, the world even, we can without doubt rationalize that KC was born out of a mental state of goodness. Righteousness even. Because it could only have been from a place where someone who wishes to see betterment in humanity, that this type of selfless effort would have been extended. Especially if that person had such a privilege to have attained a high school education in the context of such a time as our bishop did. This brings me to the point that the birth of Kingston College, bluntly put, is simply a translation in our existing material realm of good over evil. It is as simple as that. In our wisdom, we are cognizant of the perennial battle between good and evil. Many ancient scripts, including the Holy Bible of course, shows that this battle is extended from outside the material realm. That means it originates in the spiritual realm. For my message tonight, this hypothesis of Kingston College being a representation or a translation of good over evil, because of time's constraints, was very succinctly developed. I never spent a lot of research, and I don't have the time to go through why I'm saying this in a fulsome manner. However, I am fully armed with a large arsenal of evidence which under different circumstances I will be willing to discuss in a more fulsome way. The takeaway tonight and the real importance of what I intended to get across is that Kingston College was founded in a pure spirit. A Christian school espousing empathy, morality, philanthropy, leadership, and spirituality. Entering our centenary of existence in the context of the current period, we, the custodians of this movement, must do our very best to ensure that this spirit, this essence that embodies us, is neither corrupted nor ever lost. This requires untold amount of work that we must start. We start by all the branches pulling together in unison to strengthen the foundation that Bishop Gibson laid and building a firm decking that will sustain a higher rise. Bishop Gibson was a true visionary. After founding Kingston College in 1925, 12 years later, in 1937, he formed our Old Boys Association. He fully understood that the growth and development of the school would be greatly hinged on the support of our past students. This other seed that was planted by our bishop germinated, and in 86 years have organically expanded into a global entity. The KCOBA now consists 8 chapters across the world, 6 in North America, our Toronto chapter, and our UK chapter. It must be noted that our chapters are very active and consistently give support to our school. The fact is, there is no other high school in Jamaica, nor in the Caribbean, that can boast this. If you carefully research, you may find that there may exist no other high school alumni in the southern part of the Western Hemisphere as strong as Kingston College. Our association, I'll take that. Our association has now officially become a multinational organization. What is now needed is a platform, a functioning structure that connects all our association to function as one well-oiled machinery. In support of our trust fund and the operations of our school. Here, I can safely say that the process to achieve this has started. The greatest legacy that must evolve from our centenary celebration has to be the full attainment of the above mentioned. The connecting of all Fortis cohort into this structure, as well as the willful creation of a Fortis economy. An economy that surrounds our nation, and that is the Fortis nation, and facilitates improvement and growth for our members. This must now be an overarching goal of the Fortis Nation vision. In comprehending our foundation, this is my conclusion, so I don't want to bore you anymore. In comprehending our foundation, where we are and where we need to go, I conclude with looking at the different Fortis personas that prevails in the Fortis spectrum. So first, there is the Leaf Fortis. The Leaf Fortis are the ones who comes around for the seasons, Manning Cup champs, the two most popular seasons. They buy the jerseys, fill the stands, make noise, motivate the boys, and verbalize the Fortis spirit. After this, you don't see or hear from them again. They fall off like leaves. But they do serve their purpose, and we appreciate them, right? Then there's the Branch Fortis. They come around for the seasons, but they do more than the Leaf Fortis. They make their presence felt by making financial contributions and providing physical help. However, this is only maintained when we are winning, and they are able to highlight and promote their contributions. Their efforts does not sustain for down times or when it is needed the most. Then there's the Route 40s. That represents most, if not all of us tonight, right? So the Route 40s, most of the Route 40s are here tonight. We are here 24/7, 48/4, giving all we got in whatever time or season. Through the good and the bad, weathering the ups and the downs. We do it neither for the fame nor the fortune. We do it because we love KC with a passion. And our passion ultimately becomes our purpose. What we require going forward is an exponential expansion in the quantum of our Route 40s. So I put it all to all 40s tonight. After we've enjoyed ourselves here tonight, eating the delicious food that is about to be served, and imbibing on our favorite beverages, when tomorrow comes, for those of us not yet officially registered to one of our associations, first move is to sign up, pay your membership dues, and start getting involved with the work being done to lift the school. The next move is to remain consistent to the cause, and then to encourage all 40s you come across to get involved and become a Route 40s. And as we move closer to our centenary celebrations, do everything in your power to ensure that the goals that are set for these celebrations are successfully achieved. Ladies and gentlemen, we have extended great effort to ensure that you have a splendid evening. We do hope that tonight will be a memorable and set the tone for a wonderful holiday season. Thank you. 40s forever, forever 40s.
By the end of tonight, we'll all be leaving here as well. Route 40s. Only Route 40s. Good. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to that section of the evening where it's time to be fed. And as I mentioned earlier, the special awardees, and by the way, I think we should break and take a pause at this time to just highlight the fact that tonight the awardees are Dr. Frederick Foote, Miss Maureen Lewis, and Mr. Hamlin Baker. These persons will be especially honored for their sterling contribution for many, many years. Toil and dedication to our alma mater. As I mentioned earlier, the format for the serving of the meal will take the special awardees, the members of the trust, and other honorary guests. They will be served as plated, and other members will proceed to the buffet areas there. So everybody goes to the right. So table 1 and table 2 go to the upper level. Upper level, upper level. Everybody to my right, my right. Yeah. Your left, my right. Yeah, man, it's dinner music.
You're not my friend, but I'm just
Yes, tonight belongs to us, baby. Everything's alright. You are, you must. Yeah, it's right, your side, ooh, to every little part of each other. Oh, baby, alright. So, let the music take your mind. Ooh, yeah, just release the alright. You're gonna fly away, let you go my way. I love it when we're cruising together. Music is made for love. Cruising is made for love. I love it when we're cruising together.
About 40 gentlemen, when we run out of words from the video, John. Is there anyone here by the name Georgia? Anyone by the name Georgia? Anyone? Alright, so it's safe. We can proceed. I was just checking up to be sure. That was it, which would be your due diligence, am I right? So it's safe. So, I can speak about Georgia in her absence this evening. So, Serti, this one is for Georgia. To Georgia.
Georgia, Georgia, the whole day through, just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind.
Is Georgia here? No?
I said Georgia, Georgia, a song of you comes as sweet and clear like the moonlight through the pines. All around reach out to me. All the eyes smile tenderly. Still peaceful dreams I see. Guess what? Oh, leads back to you. Georgia, Georgia, oh, peace just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. I said, all alone to reach out to you. All the eyes smile tenderly. Sit peaceful dreams I see lead a road leads back to you.
Forges, what would we say at this point? We say what?
North Street.
You are the reason. It's good to be expressive, you know.
There goes my heartbeat. You are the reason I'm losing my sleep. Please come back now. There goes my mind racing. You are the reason my heart keeps beating. I'm hopeless now. But guess what? I climb every mountain, swim every ocean, just to be with you and fix what I'm broken. Oh, 'cause I need you to see that you are the reason.
Love your part. Love your part.
There goes my hand shaking. You are the reason that my heart keeps bleeding. I need you now. And if I could turn back the clock, make sure the light defeat the dark, spend every hour of every day keeping you safe. So I'll climb every mountain, swim every ocean, just to do what? Just to be and fix what I'm broken. Oh, 'cause I need you to see that you are the reason. Yes, you are the reason. So all my teachers at Kingston College, they are the reason I'm here today. And I can say it proudly. I give gratitude to my teachers every day. So I climb every mountain, swim every ocean, just to be with you and fix what I'm broken. Oh, 'cause I need you to see.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And I think my final song is coming up. And this song means a lot to me. It was also by a friend of mine, Sam Cook, who me and my mom. Everybody shares the same bathroom. We share the same bathroom. But guess what? I went to Kingston College, and it's not so I'm just you can sing. I'm taking it to JCBC, and guess what? I won both years. Next thing I know, I'm doing charity fatherhood and friends over 18 years, traveling the world. Next thing I know, I was able to jump from one bedroom in my mom to buying a house, to buy my second house now. I guess why that is possible. Kingston College that molded the person I am today, where respect is at the core, persistence is always at my wings. So, change is always possible. Thank you.
out there beyond the sky. It's been a long,
I never been
a long time coming. Yes, we know, change gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. Said I go to the movie and I go downtown. Somebody keep telling me don't hang around. But guess what? It's been a long time coming. Yes, we know. Change always comes around. Oh, yes, we. But guess what? And then I go to my brother man. Guess what?
Shakespeare played.
And I said, brother, tell me please. We're at Houston College, so what? My brother helps me to stand upon my knees. Oh yeah, standing on my knees. Now I know I'm able, yes I am, to carry on. It's been a long time coming, but we know, yes we know, change must come. Oh, yes it will, yes it will, yes it will, yes it will. Thank you. I want to say a couple of water. I'm grateful. A gospel.
I love her.
Alright, Cersei. We leave up one more time, Cersei. I just want to say before I start this song. Song for the ladies.
I reject
So here's the song though. This song goes like this. This song is called Impromptu. It goes like this. God brought us here today so we can all have God's grace guiding us through this evening, and He blessed me with this voice. And I love and respect every woman, 'cause they give birth to every man. And we must all do our best to ensure that God's plan prevails. So thanks for having me this evening. That song was just made up just for you right here. 'Cause God is gracious and merciful. For this very Saturday, not both
Mr. Shepherd, well done.
You know.
Man, give me man. How was the meal, man?
Excellent.
Excellent. Alright, great to hear that. So we're going to pick up steam and continue the proceedings. But you know, although we have a very happy note just now, and I don't want to make the mood get too somber, but that's part of life, eh? We will bring it up back again. I was reminded that in the past year or so, we would have lost some great forties. And the president said, I think it is rightfully so that we should acknowledge some of these persons. Again, I don't have all the names, but to memory, Rupert Oilet, former Olympian, outstanding KC athlete, Professor Wint, just about what, last week? Delano Franklin, yeah man, Professor Winston Davis, yeah. Delano Franklin about what, a year and a half ago? Hold on, a year? Just a year ago, yeah? This year? Boy, this year I'm moving far. Alright, I tell you. Neville Gary. Last week. And Maurice Burrows.
This week.
So I'm gonna ask you to just bow your heads in a moment of silence. You didn't realize that we lost the semi-final yesterday. But I'm gonna say to you, gentlemen, we are Fortis. I can tell you something. Anybody know about a Uber bike? Anybody familiar with Uber bike? I was trying to leave New Kingston yesterday to rush to the match at 5 o'clock. And when I look at the traffic, gridlock. But because we have that never yielding spirit, we might fall, but we never yield. You know, I see a bike man in the traffic and I flag him down. And I said, would you like $1,000 roast to carry to Sabina Park? And the man said, sure, why not? And I just park my, and I can tell you where I park it still, because anyway, I know the person who owns the establishment. And I just take off my blazer and we go to work, and I had another KC shirt underneath it, and I jumped on the back of that bike. That is what you call never yielding. Alright? It was 4:45 and the match, a 5 o'clock match. And when I look at the gridlock, I said, I will not make it in time. But I had to find a way. And we went and we supported the boys. But I'm going to say this message to you all. All of those who are feeling down, the team was not expected to pass the first round. They said we would not come out of the zone of death. Alright? And the team won the zone. The team won the zone, and they deserve a round of applause for that. The team made it to the semi-final. That is what, the top 4 now, you know. They were down 2-0 at halftime, and they came back 2-all. Clap them again. And they lost to penalties. No, in my book, they have overachieved. And we're still in the Champions Cup. We have a shot at another trophy. So gentlemen, cheer up. Never yield, man. Never yield. Alright? Now, in the absence of the chairman of the school board, I am going to ask Dr. Dallas, PhD. Now, it's because my name is good friend, we start calling Doctor. That's right. The man have 2 doctorates. So we're going to ask Dr. Dallas to represent the chairman of the school board and to bring messages.
Before I start with the chairman's message, and so I'm making it clear that what I'm saying now is not of the chairman's doing, but before I start the chairman's message, I would like to say that the president of the KCOB, Mr. Lindsay, has done a dirty on us. He came first and spoke, and then afterwards we have Andre Shepherd. And how can we follow Andre Shepherd? We can't, but I will try. So, since I can't sing, I'm going to ask that Andre do some dusting off and come back after. And this is not just for me. You know me, I look out for other people. Yes, this is also for the headmaster who did their grilling teeth. So, this is the message of the chairman of the Kingston College Board of Management. Mr. Philbert Perry, MC. Honorees, President Richard Lindsay, who did the dirty. Principal, Mr. Dave Myrie. Vice Principals of Kingston College. Presidents of the Florida chapter, Dr. Wayne Fraser, good to see you here. Also, President Tampa chapter, Mr. Winston Stewart, who his greatest accolade is that he was my prefect when I was in Fort Hall. I also want to recognize the Honorable Noel Spencer out of New York. Noel, you know your respect day. I also want to recognize my fellow members of the KC Board of Management. Remember, you know, I'm representing the chairman. Executive and members of the Kingston College Old Boys Association, Old Boys all. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Oh, O'Neill Sams out of the UK and Europe. How could I leave you out? My brother in the UK would take me to task for this. So, ladies and gentlemen all, good evening. Let me first apologize for my absence, but this event clashed with another event which was planned over 1 year ago, in which I have a central role. It is my honor to be serving as chairman of the Board of Management at this auspicious time in the life of our alma mater and its alumni association. And I feel privileged to have the opportunity to bring greetings to you this evening. On behalf of the Board of Management of Kingston College, I greet you all very well and wish for you an enjoyable evening at this 2023 reunion and awards dinner of the Kingston College Old Boys Association. This year's reunion is especially important as the iconic Kingston College Old Boys Association, by which all other Jamaican alumni associations are measured, by which all other Jamaican alumni associations are measured, celebrates its 90th anniversary. From Anthony Johnson's History of Kingston College, we learn on September 8th, 1933, the Kingston College Old Boys Association was launched at the suggestion of the headmaster. The aim, and I quote, is for the social, intellectual, and moral enhancement of all who have passed through the noble portals of Kingston College. When one considers that this was only 8 years after the founding of the school, you begin to appreciate even more the foresight of the man Percival William Gibson. He not only founded Kingston College, but he also founded the KCOBA. And gentlemen, we should always be mindful of the noble aim he had for the KCOBA. You can certainly be proud of the ideas on which your organization was founded. Congratulations for continuing to show the kind of loyalty and dedication that Bishop Gibson would have hoped for. I congratulate President Richard Lindsay, who did the dirty, and the other members of the Old Boys Association for the invaluable contribution which they have made and continue to make to our school and its students. I congratulate them too for the selection of this year's honorees. 3 very worthy individuals who have given so much to Kingston College and continue to do so selflessly. I extend my gratitude. I extend the gratitude of the members of the board of the Kcoba and the overseas chapters for their unwavering support and dedication to the betterment of our alma mater and the welfare of our students. Your involvement strengthens the bond between the past and the present, ensuring a bright future for the institution we all hold dear. May tonight's festivities serve as a reminder of the enduring connection forged within the walls of Kingston College and inspire each of us to continue in our unique ways to the continued success of our beloved school. Ladies and gentlemen, Kingston College will celebrate its centenary in 2025, and there will be a media launch next Thursday, November 30th. Plans are being made to properly recognize this milestone, including a well-needed auditorium. More will be said next week. We look forward to your support, financially and otherwise. In closing, not in closing, not closing yet. This evening, on September 9, 1933, the KC Old Boys Association was launched at the suggestion of the headmaster. And I don't have my glass here with me, but I want to raise a toast. Happy anniversary to Kingston College Old Boys Association, 90th anniversary this year. This evening you acknowledge your achievements and give thanks to those who have selflessly contributed to your association's success. I congratulate the honorees on the recognition accorded to you today. Importantly, we also celebrate the enduring and indomitable spirit that unites us as a school family, the 40 spirit which we saw yesterday. 98 years ago, on April 16, 1925, a reverend gentleman called priest opened the doors to a small school with 49 boys in attendance. That was the beginning of a journey which has been characterized by commitment, determination, fortitude, and love on the part of Percival Gibson. The founding headmaster and a succession of gentlemen and ladies, headmasters, teachers, parents, guardians, students, well-wishers, and all of you gathered here, Kingston College Old Boys, along this journey of 40's tradition of intellectual excellence, moral rigor, and athletics distinction was created, and that has shaped the lives of many Jamaicans, men and women, in very meaningful ways. Kingston College is a church school, and as such has the full backing of the Anglican Church in Jamaica. An important part of our task, therefore, is to form young men who are seized of the important values of honesty, service to others, responsibilities to self, country, and others. We at Kingston College believe that over the last 98 years, we have done admirably well in turning out men of character, in the service of our people and our nation. And on this, our Alumni Association 90th year, we believe we pledge to work even harder in discharging this duty. As we reflect on the milestone of our institution, we recognize the invaluable contribution of our old boys. Mr. Lindsay, your individual success stories are the living testament to the quality of education values instilled during your time at Kingston College. Our school legacy continues to thrive through your accomplishment in various fields. In the ever-evolving landscape of education, we remain committed to providing excellence, fostering innovation, and nurturing the potential within every student who walks through our doors. Together, let us embrace the challenges of the future, confident that the foundation laid by our esteemed alumni will continue to inspire generations to come. In closing, I must express condolences to your association for all boys who have passed away. I make special mention of Dr. Winston Winty Davidson, past president of your association, who was laid to rest earlier this week. Winty, along with Professor Wilkes, Dr. Patrick Dallas, and other old boys, was particularly helpful in what has been described as the rebirth of Kingston College Old Boys Association, KCOB. Thank you for your attention. Have a wonderful and enjoyable evening. Fortis forever. Forever Fortis!
Before I start, I'm going to ask my head boy and his deputies, as well as Ethan. Gentlemen, can you join me up here, please? I will certainly say some more about these gentlemen in a while, but let me just tell you how proud I am of these young men standing here with me each night. Philbert Perry, Master of Ceremonies. Mr. Richard Lindsay, President of the KCOBA. I want to recognize Mr. Kcoba as well, our host. Presidents of the Tampa KCOBA, Mr. Winston Stewart. President of the South Florida chapter, Dr. Wayne Fraser. See my friend O'Neill Sams. Good to see you, sir. Surprised you're in Jamaica at this point, but O'Neill Sams from England and the European chapter is here as well. So other persons I want to recognize as well. Honorable Noel Spencer, was a surprise to see Noel here as well. Noel, to see you as always. I want to also mention there's some members of the New York Executive Chapter over here. Gentlemen, good to see you all also. I see Clint who's just gone out or wherever he's gone, he was also here. It's good to see you all, gentlemen, and thank you for all you do for Kingston College. Chairman of the Trust, Reynolds Scott. Honorees, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished alumni, honored guests, good evening. Wow. Let's go again. Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much. You know, I always marvel at the fact that people go through this and say good evening, you hear a murmur, you don't hear the response. I'm always keen to say. So good evening to you all. I follow Dr. Dallas, or Dr. Dallas. I follow him because after that sort of singing,
My God, who wants to listen to anybody bleating on about some of the stuff that we have here? And you know, Sir Reynolds and myself will say, maybe we should just have him singing for the night. forget all of this. But anyhow, I'm going to see how I can chop and change bits and pieces here so I don't keep you long. But I felt it important as principal to give you some sense of what is happening at the college as well, and to give you something of an overview of where we are. So it's certainly an honor and a privilege to stand before you today as a principal of our beloved school and address this esteemed gathering of alumni. Your presence here signifies not just your connection to our institution, but your dedication to its ongoing success and growth. As our alumni, you're the living embodiment of the values and principles instilled within the walls of Kingston College. Each success story, every milestone reached is a testament of the enduring impact of our shared educational journey. Tonight, time does not permit me to give you a detailed report on the performance of the school for the past 2022-2023 academic year. We're still in 23-24, so it wouldn't have finished, so I wouldn't report on this particular year, but last year. I will, however, give highlights of various areas. On the academic front, we're working hard to regain and surpass our pre-pandemic performances. As you know, the pandemic had a devastating effect on education, had a devastating effect on Kingston College. We lost the vice principal in that pandemic, and we're still mourning that loss because that lady was a tower of strength as far as KC is concerned. God rest her soul. In spite of all that, we are seeing some encouraging signs, and we're putting all our strategies in place to ensure the rebuilding process continues and gains momentum. On the academic front, in relation to our performance last year, the results coming out of both CXC and CAPE examination were mixed. The school performed well in a number of areas, however, there were areas that fell below the expected standard. As again I said, we're still feeling the effect of the lockdowns. I'll be honest with you, after the lockdown, the kids that came back to school and wondered who they were. I just didn't know them. Totally different set, but even now I don't think we recognize the impact of the pandemic on our kids, but we continue to work. Notwithstanding, we continue to work with our students and seek innovative ways of supporting them to ensure that we get back to our pre-pandemic levels of performance. And detailed in the tables below, I'll give you some highlights of our students' performance. I'll just touch on one or two in CSEC. Caribbean History, 91%, English A, 91.4, Industrial Technology Building, 90.9, Industrial Technology Electrical, 100%, Information Technology, 92, Office Admin, 100, Physical Ed, 100, Principles of Accounts, 80.5, Principles of Business, 94.2, Technical Drawing, 87.8. At the higher level, the advanced level where all my head boys and deputies reside, again, performances were quite interesting. Accounting 100%, Bio 92.9, BMed 100, Chemistry 100, Com Studies 90.9, Computer Science 100, Economics 81.5, Entrepreneurship 93.5, Literature in English 100, Geography 100, Management of Business 93.4, Physical Education 100, Physics 100, Pure Maths 100, Sociology 92.6. At the upper Cape level, those gentlemen have left and gone to university. So this performance I just gave you, my esteemed gentlemen here. And in fact, I will tell you, some of them are first in Jamaica, and here, and also in the Caribbean, in this place, in terms of performance. At the upper level Cape, and that's the 6 women said who have gone on to university and onwards, just some highlights of their performances. Accounting 85.7, Bio 100, BMed 100, Caribbean Studies 97, Chemistry 100, Computer Science 100, Economics 81.3, Entrepreneurship 96.6, Geography 100, History 93.3, Integrated Math 100, Management of Business 100, Physical Education 100, Physics 100, Pure Maths 100, Sociology 100, and Spanish 100% performance. As it's clear from the information outlined above, notwithstanding the negative impact of the pandemic on the institution, and specifically on our examination groups, we're slowly returning to some level of normalcy, and the drive is to continue the upward trend in terms of students' overall academic performance to get us back to and beyond our pre-pandemic performances. On the infrastructure level, the Douglas Forest Building, since 2013, the completion of the Douglas Forest Building has been a significant item in the school's development plan. And in 2017, through the initiative of Warren Perry Bloomfield, who was then president of KCOB in New York, the KC community galvanized around a major fundraising drive to effect the completion of the Douglas Forest Building. Since then, and with significant input from the Ministry of Education, we've achieved functional completion of the Douglas Forest Building, and we're actually utilizing that building right now in terms of various areas of the building. And I want to recognize also the role of the KC Trust, through its chairman and members of the trust, in getting us to that point in marshalling and managing the funds as we're getting those funds for the building. Computer labs, the completed facility includes 4 computer laboratories for the teaching of information technology and computer science, and we're also looking at animation and graphics. And these subjects are critical components of the school's curriculum. With the advent of computerization of CXC also, because CXC is moving computerized, so everyone will have to use computers in terms of doing their CXCs. The importance of the labs are significantly increased. Library Resources Center, work is well advanced to ensure the completion of a significantly improved library, which will take control of the total ground floor west wing of Douglas Forest Building, which we need. And this is a library that will adequately cater for the needs of our students and staff. We expect this aspect of facility to be completed, hopefully, by the end of the academic year, and so we're able to move on with that as well. And domiciled within the library is also going to be administrative offices. As you may know, the trust has an office there right now, and we also have the Old Boys Association. They also have an office in the new building, so in essence, there's space in there for everyone. Co-curricular activities. Students participate in 23 clubs and societies and 11 sporting activities. These clubs and societies, under the guidance of academic staff advisors, play a vital role in the school as they help students develop their planning and leadership skills. In fact, these here gentlemen organized for me most recently to meet with all the leaders of the clubs and societies within the school, and they lead the charge in terms of how they marshal clubs and societies for what they do in the school and how they function. So I have to thank these gentlemen again for making sure this happens for me. And also, they push the fundraising efforts. I was so moved recently when they came to me with an initiative for cancer awareness, breast cancer, and so they wanted to do something in relation to that. I said, okay, go ahead. And these guys got t-shirts made in pink, and they were selling t-shirts, doing all sorts of things to raise money for cancer awareness. Believe it or not, these guys here raised over $300,000 here as part of that initiative. I'm telling you again, just a great set of guys. I'm so proud of them. It's unbelievable. Yes. And in fact, they just did something for diabetes awareness as well, because they set up down school. We had person down there testing. I get integrally involved as well. I'm seeing if I can keep them until 2025. And also drug awareness is coming on Tuesday. These guys, they keep me on my toes. Let's just put it that way. All right. Okay, the Kingston College Chapel Choir continues to perform at an extremely high standard under the leadership of Choir Master Audrey Davidson. The chapel choir ended its usual 2020 season with a beautiful Christmas concert in December. The pandemic has significantly affected the choir, but we're pushing again with new recruits, and more recently the choir is engaged in recruiting and regrouping, and so we expect to have a wonderful choir concert in December. And again, these guys are involved because we're going to be starting selling tickets for this concert very soon. So it's why I can't do it out there. Yeah, we start on the 17th. And see, they remind me, the concert is on the 17th of December, and we ask you all to buy tickets and get out. On the sports front, as though Casey, I keep saying though, we're a school, not a sports college, even though sports is part of what we offer. All right, we don't live for it, we do it, we get involved in a whole range of activities. And for that, we're happy for the guys. So on the sports front, rugby. Our rugby team were part of the season, had a fair degree of success. Our under 19 team reached the quarterfinals and was knocked out at the stage. Our under 16 reached the semi-final round, and we just want to commend them on their performances. Our lacrosse team reached the semi-finals of the competition and lost out at this stage. We over celebrate with our team for their performance. In fact, they've won more at these competitions than any other school in Jamaica for that matter, so we celebrate with our team in terms of how they've done. Hockey, believe it or not, hockey, wonderful hockey. Our team's in a rebuilding stage. They reached the second round of their competition. Believe it or not though, Kingston College has 6 players comprising both past and present students on the current national hockey program and playing for Jamaica as well. So that's an amazing feat. Basketball, the basketball season started off well last year with our under 19 team looking in superb position or shape to win the competition. But due to an unfortunate incident, our team lost 3 critical points, and I must say it wasn't the boys who caused that. Believe it or not, it was the coach. And as a result of that, the team lost 3 critical points. That saw us falling out at the end. We're back at that. We've got a new set of coaches, and these gentlemen are doing well. And again, Ethan here has been for the team, taking pictures, doing all sorts of stuff to promote the team, making sure that people learn about the team and find out what's going on. So again, Mr. Peter, thank you very much, sir, for doing that. Cricket, under guidance of our new coach, Shane Brooks, who's an old boy. We're seeing a resurgence of cricket at Kingston College. In fact, the last discussion I had with Shane is that we must take over a trophy, a major trophy, for the centenary year, and so we're working towards that to make sure that happens. And we have some old boys working with us, Mark Nita and one Scott and a couple others who are helping us, and so we expect to see a significant resurgence as far as cricket is concerned. Table tennis, everybody knows, we're always winning, and we continue to win. Our performance is pretty great there. On the 19 team, was crowned winners, or on the 16 team reached the semi-final of their competition. Football, we just heard about, and MC stole my thunder on the football front. Believe it or not, last football season, new team, but they did fairly well. 10 of those members who were eligible to play in this team that we're talking about now, for one reason or another, were carted out of KC and sent all over the place, deliberately, let me put it that way. And the whole thing was to really decimate the team and just crash the team. That was the whole drive. These youngsters who were left back came together, said to the coach, we have a new coach in. And by the way, contrary to popular belief, Casey did not fire any coach. The coach decided to leave on his own violation. Anyhow, this coach came, the new group of lads said, look, they don't want to hear anything about those guys who have God let them go. They're gonna fight. And fight they did. And I'm just proud of those guys. In fact, believe it or not, some of these guys, most of these guys are smiling because Hyder that we played the other day, the goalkeeper is one of the guys who migrated. Yeah, for Hyder, the goalkeeper for Hyder is one of the guys who migrated. We played St. Catherine, and 2 of our boys were with them as well. We have about another 5 of them up at JC sitting out, and 3 over Georges as well. But I said to anybody, anyone who bets against KC, do so to your own peril, because KC will always fight and will always gonna come back at you no matter what. And we said brave before but never yield. In fact, this group of guys said to the coach, because one or two of the defectors called, they said if they could come back, I would say no, stay where you are. Yeah. But what the boys said to the coach is this, coach, anyhow you take back one of those, we're finished with football in KC. Alright? And I was proud of those boys for saying that. And they are fought, they are hard, In fact, they truly epitomize the KC mountain spirit. They brave me forward whenever you do. Believe it or not, chess, we're still doing well there. We continue to give creditable performances to sport. In fact, more recently, our A team won the competition, and we're making sure, in fact, I was just having a talk with Ian Wilkinson earlier on yesterday, and we had chess as part of a curriculum that we're teaching in school in grade 7, 8, and 9. And the decision between Ian and myself is to get back to that teaching, because outside of the chess itself, it does a lot for other areas of school life, like with mathematics, thinking skills, all sorts of stuff, which feels absolutely important for our guys. Track and field front, again, we successfully defended our title. I was again crowned champions of the ISA Boys Championship held on. And we held on to the multi-megadeth trophy. You know, it's funny that anything we do, there are some other people try to imitate us. So, if we go in the Caribbean, they follow us. If we go to Africa, they follow us. You know, anywhere we go, there seems to be a following. But here's this, it doesn't matter what they do, they cannot touch the KC spirit, and that's what's going to get us every time. Alright? The 40 spirit says never die, never give up, and we're going to be doing this. Again, we're getting ourselves ready for champs next season, and we have no intention of relinquishing the hold on that trophy. And again, my deputy Antoine is one of the key men in there, one of the captains of one of the areas of the track and field program, and so we're going to be working hard on that to get there. There's something I want to mention here. On the sports front, and this is, think about this seriously. We have some major standout, and think if any other high school has achieved this. A fourth former, John Lusco Richards, inked a professional contract with English Premier League club Chelsea. Bourget Comrie, the first schoolboy in Jamaica to run sub-10, KC again. We're the first high school, and I was at the World Championships as one of the managers of the Jamaican team. It was the first high school in Jamaica to have 9 former students as athletes represented after the World Championships. Again, KC, how can they ever touch us? It is difficult to do so. We're not going to be braggadocious or anything like that what we're saying. We're going to be very humble and still do what we need to do. Alright, but we're going to get on with it. And believe it or not, it's not just that, because our own Alec Davis, who was recently named amongst the 6 finalists for prestigious Rhodes Scholar. The person who eventually won came from Mannings, but again, to have one of our own nominated among the top 6 was just amazing. And so KC, we continue to push forward. In conclusion, and unlike Dr. Das, this is in conclusion. As we revel in our accomplishment of the past, let us also cast our gaze forward. The future holds endless possibilities, and I have no doubt that the influence of our alumni will continue to shape industries, communities, and the world at large. Therefore, we here at Kingston College, we're committed to maintaining the high standards of education that you all experienced during your time at the college. And our staff are dedicated and committed to delivering and providing an environment which is conducive for the development of our youngsters. We are embracing technology and innovation to ensure that our students are prepared for the challenges of the 21st century. And we're continually upgrading our facilities as Hope the Douglas Forest Building to ensure that what we do is pristine. The past few years have turned out to be ones never ever seen or even imagined by any of us. The onset of COVID-19 brought with its tremendous challenges, loss and grief. It did, however, provide us with a monumental opportunity to discover just how resilient and innovative we are as an institution. So notwithstanding the challenges, including the crippling one of teacher shortage which we're currently facing, because we have a number of teachers who have left. In fact, just this week, I found, well, I was hearing it before, but it was confirmed this week by 2 of my members of staff for the Industrial Tech Department. Both the head of department as well as another senior member of staff, both are migrating. And so that's a major blow to the department. You know, we've been advertising nearly every week since September because we're always missing teachers of sciences, very, very difficult to find people there. Had a science teacher, had a physics teacher who started this week, and started Monday, by Friday, they were heading to the States to pick up another position there. It's pretty difficult, but notwithstanding, again, the brave move forward never yield. We're going to continue to do what we need to do to ensure the youngsters get what they need to get. And so, in spite of the shortage, we continue to live our motto, the brave move forward never yield. So therefore, as we face the future, our focus continues to be on the following areas and objectives. 1, infrastructural development to create a conducive teaching and learning environment, aesthetically pleasing as well. 2, improve the management of the educational process with focus on the quality and standard of teaching. 3, the integration of technology throughout the school community. 4, improve and enhance social skills development and behavior management school-wide. And in this fair dispensation, where things are breaking down around you, behavior seems to be going south, we're going to stand up for what we believe and be counted for what we believe, regardless of how people or naysayers how they feel. Discipline is important in school, and we're going to stand up for that. We're going to improve and enhance academic performance, particularly at the CSEC level, and we want to ensure the continuation of Kingston College culture of genuine care for our Fortis brothers and family, because welfare is a big part of KC. I want to thank all our chapters who continue to support the welfare development of our school. And I go back to something about behavior. You know, I was having a meeting with my head students the other day, and they said to me, sir, we want to start a behavior management program that we're going to run. So where students have issues and concerns, we want to take it on and see what we can do to actually help and change. And I'm also pleased to hear that from them, because what that does is stop it from becoming immediately seriously penal and possibility of suspension and expulsion. They're jumping in to help. Never heard that from another head students group. And again, gentlemen, I just support them. Going through. And finally, the 7th one is improve and enhance the levels of financial contributions to the school to sustain the daily operations of the school, because sometimes people tend to forget there's a daily operational cost of the school that has to be borne. And no matter how many scholarships you have, the school has to run all the same. And there's a daily operation that we have to bear and move on. And again, the KC Trust plays a critical role in this area of the whole financial development of the school and how we move forward. And so we continue to be inspired and motivated by what we've accomplished, even though we're not going to be complacent so far. The 40 spirits remind us never to yield, because our objectives can and must be achieved. We understand that the success of our school is not solely dependent on its infrastructure, curriculum, and staff. It is also dependent on our alumni. And I want to emphasize that our success as a school is critically dependent on our alumni. And the other day I read an article that says KC alumni was voted the best in the world virtually for their performance. Yes, it's true, and I believe it, all right? I just want to underscore again how important our alumni has always been and will continue to be to Kingston College. And so we crave your continued involvement and support and guidance, because it does make a profound difference. Can you imagine an unstoppable force we can be if we all pull together? If we're so dominant, well, can you imagine the unstoppable force we can be? You know, I recall, I think it must have been last year, a reporter came to me and spoke about extracurricular activities and the funding for that. And even though he kind of twisted one or two things, but I tell you, so many kids over came out to lynch me. They said, well, how the principal going to stop this because you have no money, or have loads of money? Outside the ones that I've always given, they're the ones you haven't heard most of those loudmouths. I haven't heard them come to the school to do one blessed thing, to be honest with you. So let's face it, the truth is, many of us talk, but do very little to support the cause. Many of us criticize without offering any ideas or solutions. Many of us are full of ideas and know what to do and how it should be done, but never do it. And many of us don't realize that we have hands to help because we're sitting on them. Can you imagine again the unstoppable force we could be if we all work together and pull together as a KC fraternity? I encourage you all to be actively engaged in the life of the school. Your welfare support, material support, contributions continue to make a significant impact on the lives of our students. And talking about impact, I'll tell you something else that these guys here are doing. Some of these guys here, because of the teacher shortage, they're actually going in and teaching classes for us. Alright? Because they're top of their game in those classes, they're going in and holding classes. They're teaching classes from Melbourne straight across the upper school. Alright? On top of that, I had a discussion with them, and what they're also doing, even after school, they're working with students, peer counseling, peer helping them with the different subjects, as well as helping them in terms of SBAs. That's what these guys here are doing. And that's why I tell you I'm just so proud of these guys in terms of what they're and gentlemen, you know, one of the reasons I asked you, Kcoba, I want to publicly tell you how proud I am of you all. It's nearly emotional, listen, just you know, I was having a talk with them. I said, these guys, you guys soon get me cry over some of these things with what you're going on with, but I'm just so proud. I'm just so proud to be headmaster for you guys. I tell you, this is definitely. So it's against this background that I want, on behalf of the entire school population, express my deepest gratitude to you all for your enduring commitment to your alma mater. Your achievements honor the dedication of our faculty and staff, and your continuing engagement strengthens the bond that ties us together. Together we can ensure that our school continues to be a beacon of knowledge, character, and excellence. Here's to the past, here's to the present, and the limitless potential of the future. Fortis forever. Thank you.
Tuesday, guess what's happening? There's going to be a live Tuesday from the chapel. Mikey T himself from Cool FM. So make sure you tune in next week Tuesday on Cool FM. There will be a live Tuesday. Now, without further ado, because we're kind of running behind schedule, I am now going to invite Mr. Ronald Scott, who is the chairman of the trust fund. Mr. Scott, please step forward with your remarks. Support.
Principal Dave Miley deserves another round of applause. So Principal Myrie, Reverend Michael Brown, and Mr. Richard Lindsay, President of the KCU Old Boys Association. Every other member and persons present here have adopted you, along with those on the live stream have adopted you as family. So family, good evening. Now, this is, I have to tell you this story. I'm supposed to be short, right? Yes, I know, because Dave and I were agreeing that when Andre was singing, we didn't need to speak. We just wanted to hear him sing. But since we have some important things to say, especially because of the centenary anniversary, we have to say. So, but I want to tell you the story, if you permit me. Yeah, man, I'll tell you. You see my wife right there, in the purple dress? 26 years or so ago, I walked into the Pegasus Hotel. And I walked in, and when I walked in, there was a reception party, just like we had here. And I walked in, and one of the fellows at the party said to me, "Hey, Scotty, come here." So I went. And he said to me, "This is your first gala dinner, right?" I said, "How do you know that?" He says, "Scotty, your wife." So I looked over at her and I said, "So what, she's not wearing purple?" He says, "No, women are not allowed at this function. It's a KC Old Boys function." Well, you know, embarrassment now take me, because I take my wife, just so pretty, take her to this thing, and now have to turn back and apologize to her. And he says, "Tell you what, give her the car keys, and I'll take you home." I did. and Marcia went home. Well, I want to thank Richard Lindsay tonight for allowing women to attend this function, because tonight my wife is here, and she's not only here with me, this alpha girl is wearing purple. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's my little thought for you tonight. Listen, in less than 2 years, we will celebrate a century since the first boys walked through the gates of Kingston College in 1925. So as we stand on the cusp of this significant anniversary, we will inevitably delve into the annals of history, cherishing the achievements, the lessons learned, and the legacy of our school that has been meticulously crafted over these 10 decades. So there will be reflections, the headmaster has done some of that, on the profound impact the school has had on our lives and on the life of this country, and in fact, on the world. And that was from the simple and humble beginning in 1925. However, the objective of my brief remarks tonight is not to delve into that bit of reflections. As I said, others will do that. My aim is to focus on the Kingston College Development Trust Fund and just to re-emphasize and remind you of its purpose. So, here's a short reflection on the genesis and purpose of the trust fund. I'm going to go fast now. In early 1986, because some of you may not know this, in 1986, a group of KC Old Boys got together to discuss our program, similar to what colleges in the USA and elsewhere had done to assist the funding needs of their school. You know, trust funds, endowment funds, and so on. KC was similar to those other institutions and was constantly in need of additional funding to support, to deliver quality education, research and development, and improvement to the physical facilities of the school. So the concept of the trust fund was signed off by the school board, and the Kingston College Development Trust Fund was launched at the school's Founders Day luncheon on the 16th of April, 1986. That's 37 years ago. It was under the patronage of the Honorable Chief Justice, Sir Edward Zaka, himself a KC Old Boy. Yes. And subscribers to the Funds Incorporation and the founding directors were, and I run through these names because you'll be able to relate to them and know them and know the strength of their contribution. Winston Price, Patrick McIntosh, who is absent tonight, he's off the island, he should have been here. Dr. Joseph Hawes, Herbie Grant, Rudolph Wallace, Clive Savage, Gresford Jones, Chester Burgess, Fran Francis, Winston Hewlett, Woodburn Miller, who was then headmaster, and the late Dr. Winty Davidson. Yes, Winty was part of it then. In 1987, the KCDTF was incorporated under the Companies Act as a company limited by guarantee. And there was also Shrub Forrest, Sheldon Forrest, who was actually the first, he was at NCB, it was Barclays Bank at the time. So those various erstwhile gentlemen who started the trust fund. In 1988, following Hurricane Newport, the company lapsed into inactivity. But a few years after, efforts were initiated to revive the company, culminated in 1997 with the election of Mr. Bruce Ricketts as chairman of the new board. Bruce Ricketts' led board regularized the legal status of the company as a charitable vehicle, which led to the, and listen to this carefully, led to the trust fund acquiring tax-exempt status in 1999. And you know, it's important to note that the tax-exempt status allows donors, whether corporate or individual, to claim tax relief for their contributions. And by the way, that still holds today. You get your relief for contributions. You get your tax relief. So over the years, while building the capital fund, which earns the interest, the KCDTF has responded to requests for funding from the school board for various development programs, such as furnishing the computer labs at Melbourne and Cloverleaf, repairing the St. Augustine Chapel, phase 1 of the Douglas Forest building, recently upgraded the windows at Cloverleaf Park campus, and upgraded the infrastructure for internet connectivity for online learning during the COVID period of approximately $9 million. There are many, I didn't call the figures of the other funding because of time, but there are some almost 30 projects that the trust fund has funded from, and by the way, your contributions. The contributions that have come from, generally from KC Old Boys. The most recent and perhaps the most significant project has been the trust fund's role in the Douglas Forest building phase 2. The fund provided contributions, the trust fund provided contributions to its own fundraising efforts, and very importantly, also received contributions to the project and significantly from the KC Old Boys Association, New York, Inc. At the time, Perry Bloomfield was the president. And today, the fund applied a total of $83 million to the building of the Douglas Forest buildings. Bernard is saying phase 2 because phase 1 was the first floor and we have now added the additional floors above. And the headmaster has mentioned the contributions from the Ministry of Education. The value of the fund today is some approximately 162 million or so. You know, it fluctuates because we have entered into trading on the stock market. And people like Hugh Reid, who you know is a bank, used to be the investment banker at BNS, and we have Damian Todd at BNS too. It's a pretty strong management and directorship that we have for the fund. And all of this is to ensure the fund will function from generation to generation. And to do that, we have, as the headmaster commented again, Dave said, we have set up a permanent office in the Douglas Forest building to receive your donations and to reach out to donors throughout the world so that we can build that fund, which is what will outlive all of us here, just like how KC will outlive us, because that fund will produce the income that will give support to Kingston College so it can become the school we want it to be, the leading high school in the Caribbean. All contributions, by the way, no matter how small, will be receipted. And our treasurer, Bernard Shannon, sitting right here. Bernard, you can just put up your hand, That is Bernard Shannon. Will receive those donations, and I'm going somewhere. We receive those donations. The board at present consists of these people: Senator Ransford Byrne, C.D. Casey, Bernard Shannon, Mr. Sixto Coy, you know, from Mirrors the Partners, Don Hamilton, Patrick McIntosh, Clyde Nicholas, CD, the old tax commissioner, Hugh Reid, who is at the table. My name is here, it says Reynolds Scott, chairman. Then there's Damian Todd, deputy chairman, and Rudolph Wallace. In addition, Michael Vassian, chairman of the Kingston College School Board, Dave Myrick, principal of the Kingston College, Ms. Peter Gale Winter, President of Kingston College, Parent Teachers Association, Mr. Richard Lindsay, President of the Kingston College Old Boys Association, all make up the directorship. So what it is a cooperative work, a cooperative function to make the school. So I said that is the way the trust is constituted, and because the KCDTF has a rock solid reputation of strong, prudent financial management and rigorous oversight, because we do also produce audited financial statements annually by Campbell, Adams and Associates. Any one of you have ever seen this booklet? Anybody has ever seen this booklet?
Yes.
You've seen it? Is your name in it? Patrick Dallas is your name in it? I'm going to look for it.
I'm not.
By the way, you can make anonymous donations. And this book, which we produce annually, it was not produced during the COVID period because nobody worked then. So it came out this year, which brings it up to 2021. And it records all the contributions that have been made and the names of those contributors. So this is where your name, if you want your name to go down in the annals of Kingston College, it's the only place you can get it. You can get pictures in the newspaper, you can get it in the, published somewhere, but in this book is where your name goes permanently. So, and it can only go, as Patrick Dallas is saying, when he makes a contribution. Now, so as I close, why have I given you all of that detail? As we approach the 100-year anniversary of our school's existence, we will be seeking to raise, Patrick, what's the figure? We'll be seeking to raise up to $1 billion for some legacy projects. And the three main projects are: one, building an auditorium, which, as we all know, is long overdue. JC has an auditorium, Woolmers have an auditorium, and this, how do we describe KC? We have no words to describe KC. This behemoth of a school does not have an auditorium. So, number one is to build an auditorium, and two is to purchase the lands adjoining the school on Lissant Road. And thirdly, upgrading and redesigning the entrance to the North Street campus. We believe that Kingston College should look like a college. And we are redesigning it, and we have in hand the funding for it. The funding is in hand, and that will be completed as one of the legacy projects. I think that needs a round of applause for the donor, whoever that is. So, the Centenary Committee will be launching the Centenary celebrations next week, Thursday, and the emphasis will be on raising funds to complete those projects that I have mentioned, in addition to others that will come on stream. But the first target is to raise $10,000 each from 10,000 old boys. Simple. $10,000 from 10,000 old boys. What figure does that make? $10,000 times 10,000 is, what's the figure? $100 million. So we want to start off with that as the start of the fundraising program when we launch that program next week. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the time to give. This is the time to give at the 100th anniversary. If we don't give now, having benefited from our formation at Kingston College, I ask the question, when then will we give? So I want you to do this tonight. As simple as it sounds, I want you to go to your banking app now and set up a scheduled transfer. I want you to send some money from your Christmas bonus or from your long-awaited NCB dividend payment. Yes. I see the hands going up, right? I want you to do that. And I want you to send it to the Kingston College Development Trust Fund account at NCB. And the Jamaican dollar account number is 331-44-1031. That's 331-441-031. And the US dollar savings account is 33-46-32-466. Or you can call Bernard Channel at 876, the cell number, 312-3738. That's Bernard Channel, 876-312-3738. We're serious about collecting to make this target, and we're really reaching out to everyone, not just the alumni or other stakeholders, but we're also reaching out to the alumni's wives and significant others. Everyone. So, I would just want to say in closing that remember that the school doesn't only belong to us, but to those who were before us and those who will follow us. A strong Kingston College equals a strong Jamaica. And as our founding headmaster, Right Reverend Percival Gibson, envisaged, Kingston College will continue to produce leaders and nation builders like yourselves long into the future. So give today. Now is the time, at the 100th anniversary, to give your support. God bless you all, and enjoy your evening gala. Thank you.
The bonus, but I can get myself in a little trouble right now because there was a recent NCD separation package, you know. And I think one of those gentlemen is a Kingston College old boy, but I'll say no more! Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, why are we here at this time at 11:19? It's when Mr. Andre Shepherd are doing performance, the whole on getting on a groovy, encore. You understand me? And the thing gone over time now. So here what now? I'm gonna bring it back in line, right? So anybody else who comes and say in closing 3 times. You know it's Patrick that said the tune now. In closing. 3 times now. But anyway. We are going to now move to the final set of remarks, and this now entails bringing Mr. Wayne Robertson, who is the chairman for PR and communication for the Centenary Planning Committee. Now, I know that this man, but I won't say that because he's not in politics, but you know. But I hope he comes and he's very to the point, very pointed, brevity. So I'm going to do some MC privilege now, and I'm going to ask Mr. Roberts if he could go no more than 5 minutes. Is that possible, Mr. Roberts?
I've been placed in this invidious position to speak to you at this time of the night. I mean, come on, it's a difficult task, but I'll try my best. MC, Mr. Philbert Perry, Mr. Dave Murray, the best principal not only in Jamaica but in the world. Mr. Richard Lindsay, President of the Kcoba, Mr. Wayne Fraser from the Florida chapter, and I'll also recognize other representatives from overseas chapters, Mr. Winston Stewart, Honorable Noel Spencer from New York, and of course Mr. Stewart is from Tampa, Mr. O'Neill Sams from UK chapter, Mr. Reynolds Scott, who just spoke from the Trust Fund, is the chairman. I'd like to recognize our past head boys. I think I saw Rick K sitting beside me. Rick, can you just be recognized? We need to remember our past head boys. And Rick K is one. Are there any other head boys? No. Current head boy, I'd like to acknowledge you, sir. Other leaders within the fraternity at Kingston College, ladies and gentlemen, good evening, good night. As Henry VIII said to each of his many wives, I won't keep you very long. So let me just summarize for you what we have planned for the fraternity. So a steering committee was formed to manage the affairs of the centenary celebrations. And 8 subcommittees were formed, encompassing projects, fundraising, merchandising and marketing, security, budgeting and finance, events, honors and awards, and public relations and communications, of which I'm the chair. I want to, at this point, recognize all the chairmen and committee members here tonight. Could you just stand if you're here? Any committee member, chairperson? No. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. All right, so on Thursday, the 30th, which is just a few days' time, we'll have the official launch of the centenary celebrations at the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel in the Montego Suite. That's at 10 a.m. this Thursday. You're invited, but you should RSVP communications.kcfortis100@gmail.com. As we speak, we have been notifying the fraternity. There are, of course, we have to ensure the business side is taken care of. So the sponsorship, the contributions component, Mr. Scott would have provided the account information. I will not restate those. Please support the small target, big impact project that we are seeking to promote. We have actually drafted a flyer which will be shared with you very, very soon. And so we're hoping for your contributions. We will also be launching the website and logo at the launch on Thursday. So that should be very exciting. And of course, with respect to events now there's an event subcommittee which I spoke of earlier, which will be planning a myriad activities. And very importantly, in 2025, there will be a homecoming celebration during Founders Week. And of course, Founders Day is April 16th. And so there's a week of activities planned during that period. But there are other activities which will be announced, and I want you to come to the launch here. We'll be sharing the YouTube link. If you cannot attend, we will share the link for you to join online. So, ladies and gentlemen, visit our Instagram page, KC Fortis100. We're also on Facebook, KC Centenary Celebrations, and we'll be posting quite a bit of content over the coming days, weeks, and months. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much.
I think he stuck to the 5 minutes. What say you? He did? All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, 30,000 feet, flying high. So, the next matter on the agenda is to honor some outstanding persons in our midst. Persons who have given human service to Kingston College. Sterling performances. But to speed things up, what I'm going to do, we have some awards, some plaques to hand to these persons. I'm going to simply read the citation message and then I'll call individuals to come and hand them out. So give me 1 second. When I was attending Kingston College, we were celebrating our 60th. 60th is what? Jubilee? Diamond? Is Diamond? 60th Diamond? And look at that. We're now just about celebrating 100. Alright, so first up, the Kingston College Old Boys Association of Jamaica Award of Excellence. Mr. Hamlin Pagan, distinguished alumnus of Kingston College, in appreciation of your exemplary service to the development of athletics at Kingston College, your contribution has helped immensely in maintaining Kingston College at the zenith of schoolboy athletics. Your dedication, energy, astuteness, and professional knowledge, as it relates to the middle to long distance disciplines, have elevated Kingston College performance at the Boys and Girls Championships to our highest levels ever. We salute you with pride. On this day, November 25, 2023, 40 salary, non-contest. I'd like to ask Mr. Hamlin Fagan to step to the microphone, and I'm also going to ask Keith Mitchell to come and hand out the award. Photographers, videographers, line up themselves. The Kingston College Old Boys Association Award of Excellence to Dr. Frederick Foote, distinguished alumnus of Kingston College, in appreciation of your exemplary performance and years of service to the field of dentistry in Jamaica and to the diaspora. Your commitment and philanthropic efforts in helping to maintain Kingston College's enduring stature. The dedication, energy, mentorship and kindness extended towards many of our boys have left an indelible mark and an unending legacy that our founding father, Bishop Gibson, would be so proud of. We salute you with pride on this day, November 25, 2023, 40 salary, non-contest. We now ask Mr. Evan Sewell to come and make this presentation. Persons who are in need, and you know, if you can't chew the food, you know, it's painful, you know, and this man has helped. He has helped in many cases. Yeah. So give him a round of applause. A strong one of them. Not just the Kingston College, but nation building. Eh? Kingston College Old Boys Association Award of Excellence presented to Miss Maureen Lewis, distinguished teacher of Kingston College, in recognition of your exemplary performance and service in the field of education, for your over 30 years of service, serving, mothering, and mentoring students at Kingston College. Your unwavering commitment to the education and enlightenment of your students has left an indelible mark on the minds of countless boys at Kingston College. Fortunate enough to have experienced your pedagogical skills. I hope type them something here, man. Jesus, I must reach at least zero. Anyway, we salute you with pride, Miss Maureen Lewis, on this day, November 25, 2023, 40 salary, non-contest. And of course, we will now ask Mr. Jonathan Wignall to come and make the presentation to, remember who's collecting again, VP, acting VP, Christopher Brown. I got it right, Mr. Brown, this time? Yeah, man. Here you go, sir. In her absence, give her a round of applause.
I trust that you've all had a good time, as good a time as we've had. I want to say thank you to all the old boys for being here today. And, as the captain of the track and field team, I want to say a thank you, a special thank you,
for all the contributions you continue to make to us. I don't think that there's anybody who really and truly could have been honored other than Mr. Hamlin Pagan here today. I must say that he's the distance coach at the track and field team, but last year he was the coach that coached me towards making the final in the discus throw last year. So Mr. Pagan is a very special man to me, and I think that he deserves to be immortalized by Kingston College. I want to say thank you to our principal.
Much in pay for that.
Sorry? Trust me, he'll pay me on Monday with more leg work. But I want to say thank you to our principal, Dave Murray, for ensuring that we were all here. Thank you to the old boys that sponsored our presence here tonight. I want to say thank you to the president of the Old Boys Association, Mr. Lindsay, for, as they say, who did the dirty for the event tonight. And I want to say thank you to everybody for being here tonight, because Kingston College is a machine. And machines, as you know, they come on fuel. And our fuel, sad to say, is money. So this is one of those events where we ask not only for you to give, for you to continue to support our school. I thank everybody who was at the match yesterday, because I've been at KC for 4 years now, and I don't think that there was ever a better showing of the Fortis Spirit. You know, being down 2-0 at the match, it was hard to say anything, so we went up to the higher parts of the stands just so we could hear ourselves think up there. And you know, after the first goal scored, at halftime I posted on my status, I said Fortis. And you know, a lot of people came back and they said, man, somebody told you what was going to happen. I told them, no, that's just the belief. That's the Fortis spirit. So thank you all for coming tonight. Fortis forever.
Alright, I just want to give a very, very special thank you to our headmaster, Mr. Dave Murray. He not only does an amazing job of the business aspect, you know, telling you guys to contribute to Kingston College, because trust me, we do need it. But this year he has really taken a step further to get in more communication with the students, understand what it is to be a student of Kingston College. And he has given me this amazing opportunity to just come in this office every 2 weeks, giving these updates, and really and truly understand what Kingston College is. So one more round of applause for our amazing, amazing headmaster, Mr. Murray. Thank you very much, sir.
Hi, good night everyone. My name is Niles Davis. I'm the current head boy Niles Davis. Yes, and I believe they have said what I've been needed to say, but I just want to put out here from the school body, not just the head student body, but from the school body. Thank you. Thank you for all the support and the love, and for allowing the students at school to know that there's a family outside of their mother, their fathers, that support them. I want to reach out and say thank you to all of you, and have a good night, and keep on putting trust in Fortis.
All right, good job. Yeah, Chris, I'm giving up right. I don't know what to give you a speech. You can't read a speech. You must just read what is that speech. Very important. Beautiful tailor. Keep them.
From